All right, now this is pretty much the same thing as one of the assignments from right before break when I was out. The only difference is the negative exponent. Now, what a negative exponent does is you have to take the reciprocal of the base. So 3x all to the negative 1/3 power, I have to take the reciprocal of 3x. Now, reciprocal is flip the fraction over. So I'd have to put 3x over 1, then flip it over. So it's going to be one of the top two choices. We have to flip it over so the 3x will be on the bottom. Then when we change it to radical form, it's raise over root. So the one that has 3x to the first power, even though it's not written down in a cubic root, is that choice right there. 1 over the cubic root of 3x, which is 3x to the first. So negative exponent, take the reciprocal. All right, this time we have 1 over 5x, the negative 5 halves. So we got it, it's a negative exponent again. So we got to flip it over. So the 5x is going to be back on top. And there isn't going to be a fraction since you don't want a 1 on the bottom. So it's raise over root. So it'll be raised to the 5th power. So we have an exponent to the 5th power here. The root is a 2. Now there's no 2 on this radical. That's because square roots don't have the 2. That's the only root you've ever done before this year, the square root. It doesn't need a 2 there. Just a radical automatically means square root. Okay, well, this one, be careful. There's no negative on the exponent, so we're not flipping anything over. It's just straight out raise over root. So this one is 3x to the 3rd power, and it's a square root because there's no 2 on the radical. So again, negative exponent, so flip that 2x over so it'll go to the bottom. It's raised to the 5th power. And the square root, again, there's no 2 on the radical for square root. But that's what it means. Be careful. There's no negative on the 1/5. So we're not flipping anything over. It's either it's one of the two left ones. So it's to the first power. We don't have to write down an exponent. When you raise to the first power, raise over root. So the 5 is on the bottom, so it is a 5th root. Okay, negative 2/5 exponent, so that whole thing gets thrown to the bottom of a fraction. Raised over root, so it's raised to the second, 5th root. That's it right there. Again, negative exponent, so we got to flip it over. So this time it goes from the bottom up to the top, raised to the 5th power, square root, so there's no 2 on the radical. Negative exponent again, so this one's going to be on the bottom, raised to the 4th power, 3rd root, raise over root. There's no negative on that exponent, so that 2x plus 4 has to stay on the bottom. So it's going to be one of the top two choices. Raise over root, so it's raised to the 5th, square root. And the last one. Nope, no negative. It's not going to the bottom. It's staying right where it is. So to change it to radical, raise over root. So it's raised to the first, which you don't have to write down, and it's the square root. So there's no number on the radical. 1/2 power just means square root. And that is it.